Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। जय हो राधा माधव राधे। जय हो गौरानिताय, जय हो गौरानिताय, गौरानिताय जय हो गौरानिताय। जय हो प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद। नित्य गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल, हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल। जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस प्रेषकाचार्य श्रीमद् सभा चरणा रविंद्र भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। ISKCON beauty founder Acharya saved the whole world Jagat Guru Shri Prabhupada ki jai। जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस प्रेषकाचार्य अष्टोत्तरश्वत श्री श्रीमद् श्री भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर प्रभुपाद महाराज की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहिए श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। गंगा मैया यमुना माई की जय। भक्ति वृंद देवी की जय। श्री नवदीप मायापुर धाम की जय। वृंदावन मथुरा धाम की जय। पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। द्वारकापुरी धाम की जय। श्री श्री राधा माधव भगवान की जय। श्री श्री गौर निताय की जय। हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। श्री प्रभात बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की जय। ताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि। All glories to devotees Hare Krishna. All glories to devotees Hare Krishna. All glories to devotees Hare Krishna. All glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga. Shri Prabhupada की जय। कृपया में सत्गुरु वंदना दोहराइएगा। हमारे गुरुदेव के चरण कमल ही एकमात्र साधन है जिनके द्वारा हम शुद्ध भक्तिमय सेवा प्राप्त कर सकते हैं। मैं उनके चरण कमलों में अत्यंत भक्ति एवं श्रद्धापूर्वक नतमस्तक होता हूँ। उनकी कृपा से जीव भौतिक क्लेशों के महासागर को पार कर सकता है तथा कृष्ण की कृपा प्राप्त कर सकता है। मेरी एकमात्र इच्छा है कि उनके मुख कमल से निकले हुए शब्दों द्वारा अपनी चेतना को शुद्ध करूं। उनके चरण कमलों में अनुराग ऐसी सिद्धि है जो समस्त मनोरथों को पूर्ण करती है। वे मेरी बंद आँखों को खोलते हैं तथा मेरे हृदय में दिव्य ज्ञान भरते हैं। जन्म जन्मांतरों में वे मेरे प्रभु हैं। वे प्रेमा भक्ति प्रदान करते हैं और अविद्या का नाश करते हैं। वैदिक शास्त्र उनके चरित्र का गान करते हैं। हे गुरुदेव, करुणा सिंधु तपदित आत्माओं के मित्र, आप सबके गुरु एवं सभी लोगों के जीवन हैं। हे गुरुदेव, मुझ पर दया कीजिए तथा मुझे अपने चरणों की छाया दीजिए। आपका यश तीनों लोकों में फैला हुआ है। जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय।
जन बल्लभ गिरिवरधार यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनगण
of Brahmin in his life is called brahmacharya. So these were the training. So just see how the training was, that the Kshatriya cannot refuse his promise. So Maharaj Dasarath, he fulfilled the promise of his youngest wife and asked his son, eldest son, Ramchandra, my dear boy, you will have to go to forest for 14 years, that is the desire of your youngest mother, and I promise that I shall fulfill your promise, request, so please accept. Ramchandra said, yes, father, I am ready. Just see. This is the quality out of the 6 opulences of God. This is one quality. Vaishabhyasya samagrasya bijasya jasasasya jnana vairagyayasya sarayati bhava angana. How one becomes God. God is not manufactured by words. There are definitions. Who is God? God must be the proprietor of all riches. Vaishabhyasya samagra. Samagra means all. Nobody can compete with him. Here in this world, material world, I am a rich man. And there is another rich man who can compete with him. And there is another rich man who can compete with him. But nobody can compete with God in richness. That is one qualification of God. Nobody can say that I am richer than God. He can say, I am richer than Ford or Rockefeller or this or that. He can say. But nobody can say that I am richer than God. Therefore, in the Bhagavad-gita, it is said, Matta paratara nanna tasti kinchit dhananjaya. Matta paratara nanna kinchit asti dhananjaya. Dhananjaya is the name of Arjuna. And Krishna says that, my dear Arjuna, there is nobody greater than me. So, if anyone claims that he is God, he must prove by practical example that nobody is richer than him. That is the first. But unfortunately, we are accepting so many gods. If a rascal in the street, he also claims that I am God. Similarly, the other qualification, nobody can be stronger than God. Nobody can be wiser than God. Nobody can be more beautiful than God. And nobody can be more renounced than God. So here, Ramchandra, Lord Ramchandra exhibited the quality how he renounced the whole kingdom. Simply on the order of his father, his obedience to father. He could have argued with his father, my dear father, you simply, for keeping your promise and actuated by the dictation of an woman, you are doing this catastrophe. Everyone is expecting that tomorrow my coronation will be there. And they love me so much because he is just like Krishna was so much loved. Similarly, Lord Ramchandra was the life of the people. They were very much expecting that Ramchandra was going to be enthroned tomorrow. How they are celebrating, how they are decorating the whole city, say everything. He never argued. He accepted it. Yes, Father, I am ready. So, then his one of the brother, Lakshman, he also requested Ramchandra, my dear brother, you also take me. I am your constant companion, I must go with you. So he said, that's your wish, voluntarily, if you want to come, you can come with me. Then Sita, his wife, young wife, she also said, I will go with you. Ramchandra requested his wife, oh, you cannot go with me. It is very difficult. You are a king's daughter, and you are brought up in so nice way, and you are so beautiful. You cannot go. You cannot take the trouble of living in the forest. So she said, oh, I am your wife, married wife, so I must go, even if you go to hell. This is ideal wife. She could have refused. So, oh, your father has ordered to go to forest. You can go. I shall go to my father's house, or I shall remain here. No. This is ideal wife. She must be prepared to accept any circumstances of the husband. Not that when the husband is rich, the wife is very faithful. And when he has come down to be poor, and he is going to forest, the wife gives her his company. No. Wife means better off. She must abide, just like it is said, just like a shadow follows the reality. Similarly, the wife is the shadow of the husband. Wherever the husband goes, she must go. Whatever the husband wants, she must carry out. Of course, in this country, this interpretation is taken differently. That wife is made a slave, but actually it is not so. When Sita was kidnapped in the jungle, Ramchandra expected that she was beautiful, she was young, and he shall be in the open jungle, it may be some divan may come, and actually so happened. So, for Sita, Lord Ramchandra massacred the whole family of Rama. Only for Sita. So as the husband, so the wife. The wife was so faithful that she could not remain alone. She must accompany the husband even in the forest. And the husband was so faithful that, oh, my wife has been kidnapped. So he massacred the whole family of the Rama. So these are ideal history, how one. Ramchandra, Lord Ramchandra appeared on this world to educate or to place ideal example of a king. How the king should be. Therefore, when there is good government, the example is giving Rama. It is the kingdom of Lord Rama. Because everyone was happy. Everyone. There are so many instances in the life of Ramchandra. one Brahmin, not Brahmin exactly, somebody came to Ramchandra, because at that time there was no court like this, that you have to go to a court and apply with a stamp fee, then your judgment will be delivered after 6 years. It is not like that. Anyone who has got some complaint, he should, the king used to sit in open audience, and the citizens were allowed to approach the king and place their complaint. Because there was no complaint, practically. Everyone was happy. Very minor complaint. So, somebody came to Ramchandra and he charged Ramchandra, my dear king, my son has died. How is that? In the presence of his father, son can die. There must be something wrong in your God. Just see. The charge is, why my son has died before my death? This is unnatural. So there was nothing unnatural. The king was responsible even for severe cold, severe heat that we get from history of Srimad-Bhagavatam, that is stated. So the kings were so much responsible. They were always thinking of the happiness of the citizens, and the citizens were also so nice. One citizen approached Lord Ramchandra, and his next assistant, his brother Lakshman, informed him that he is a Brahmin. You are absent on your tour for, I think, for a fortnight or a month, and this Brahmin has not eaten even a drop of water during your absence. Why? Now because he comes here to see you, darshan, just like we come here in the temple to see the deity. So Lord Ramchandra was present personally, so he used to come. After seeing Ramchandra offering his obeisances, then he would go home and take something, his breakfast. That was his vow. And because he could not see for a fortnight or a month Lord Ramchandra, because he was out on political tour, he did not eat him. Just see the citizen, similarly the king. So at that time, there was a statue of Ramchandra, which was being worshipped in the family from Maharaj Ikkhaku. Maharaj Ikkhaku, the son of Mano, happens to be the forefather of the family in which Ramchandra appeared. So he was a devotee of Lord Rama, and he was worshipping the statue of Lord Rama. So that statue was being worshipped by the family one after another, but when Ramchandra was actually present, he kept that statue in the closet of the room. And when this Brahmin approached and Ramchandra was informed by Lakshman that he is so steady and strong in his vow, so Ramchandra ordered that he may be delivered that statue, so that in my absence he can offer respect to the statue and do his duty. That form, and to say statue Archa of Ramchandra, it is still existing in South India. It is being worshipped from that time. So these were the dealings of Ramchandra. Then he, his younger brother Lakshman and his wife went to the forest, and his wife was kidnapped by the diplomacy of the demon Ravana, and there was fight between Rama and Ravana. Ravana was very materialistically, he was very strong, but the thing is, for fighting with Ravana, Ramchandra did not come back to his kingdom and take his army. No, he did not come back, because he was ordered to live in the forest. So he organized army with the jungle animals, the monkeys. The monkeys. He fought with Ravana and organized materialist with the monkey. You are seeing the picture. And he constructed a bridge between India's last point to the other side. Ceylon is considered to be the kingdom of Ravana. So there was a bridge, and the stones were floating. So there are so many historical incidences in the life of Ramchandra. We should remember, because if we remember why we are observing today fasting for Ramchandra, there were many kings like Ramchandra, because the kings were trained in that way. Maharaj Yudhishthira was also as good as Ramchandra, and Maharaj Parikshit was as good. There are many such kings. But we are not concerned because you are the king. He is the king of all kings, Parameshwar. Because he is God. Therefore, we are observing today. Ramadi Mukti Sukalani Amina Tishtham. So, he is not original form of God. The original form of God is Krishna. And Krishna expands himself in various other forms. Advaita Yachyuta Anadi Ananta Rupam. Ananta Rupam means millions and millions. The mono is also incarnation of Krishna. So, in one day of Brahma, there are 14 monos. So Brahma lives for 100 years. So just see how many incarnations of monos are there, even for one Brahma. And there are innumerable Brahmas also. So as stated in the Srimad-Bhagavatam, that nobody can count how many incarnations are there. But some of the chief incarnations are mentioned, and Lord Ramachandra is one of them. So Lord Ramchandra, he killed Ravana, and he installed his brother. His brother was devotee, Vibhishan. So he did not go to conquer Ceylon because he was emperor. He went to punish that culprit, Ravana, and he installed his younger brother Vibhishan in that, and he came back with Sita, and again he was installed after 14 years. And his brother was so faithful that so long his eldest brother was away, Ramchandra requested him that your mother wants that you should be king, and I also wish that you, in my absence, you should be king. Bharat, you are so faithful brother. He replied, no, you are king. So long you are living, nobody can be king. So I cannot be king. Then he requested at least you must administer, because after the departure of Lord Ramchandra, Maharaj Darshans died out of the shock, because Ramchandra was very pet son, eldest son. He was going to be king, and by his order he was sent to the forest. The father could not tolerate the shock. He died. So Ramchandra's life, God's activities, pastime. If we hear, and that means we are associating with Ramchandra. There is no difference between his form, his name, his pastime, and his absolute. Therefore, either you chant the holy name of Rama, or you see the statue of Rama, or you talk of his pastimes, transcendental pastimes, everything. That means you are associating with the Supreme Personality of God. So we take advantage of these days when the incarnation of God appears or disappears, and we try to associate with him. By his association, we become purified. Our process is purification. Krishna consciousness means simply we are purifying our consciousness. From the birth, as I have explained, everyone is Shudra. Shudra means one who laments. That is called Shudra. For a slight loss, a slight inconvenience, one who laments, that is called Shudra. And Brahmins means one who tolerates. The Shudra has no tolerance. So Kalu Shudra Sambhava. Kalu means this age is called Kali. So it is the statement of the Shastras that in this age the whole population is Shudra. And formally also by birth everyone was considered Shudra, but there was training, sanskar. At the present moment there is no sanskar, there is no training. The training is only for earning livelihood, no other training. How one can earn money and enjoy senses, that is the training at the present moment. But actually, to make successful the human life or the mission of human life, the Vedic culture is very nice, and by spreading Krishna consciousness, by adopting the process of Krishna consciousness, you can revive that cultural life, sublime life. If not wholesale, if there are a few people trained up in this line and they become ideal examples to the society, immense benefit can be derived from their examples of life. Understand?
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। तो ये रामनवमी के उपलक्ष्य पे हम प्रभुपाद जी के लेक्चर चला रहे थे। अगले थर्सडे भी शायद और एक हो जाएगा, है ना? अगले थर्सडे, ठीक है। तो ये लेक्चर हमने पिछली बार आधा सुना था, आज आधा हमने पूरा कर लिया। तो
एक लेक्चर पूरा हो गया, तो बहुत अच्छा लेक्चर था। सेकंड पार्ट तो बड़ा विशेष था। यस
Hare Krishna. On the appearance day of the Lord Ramchandra, while he had descended on this planet, the Prabhupada ji was explaining about the 6 opulences of the Supreme Personality of the Godhead. Nobody can claim to be having more opulences than the Supreme Authority. And particularly he has explained about Lord Ramchandra that he was about to be crowned for his throne, and next very day he had just announced everything, his total empire, and this was the one of the opulence Lord possesses. Nobody can claim. Particularly he has said it in this purport that he can directly say it. It was to his father that it was a commitment with your wife, and why should I obey the orders? What he had obeyed the orders of his father. Simultaneously, his wife Sita Mata has also agreed to go along with him. She has said it that even if you go to the hell, I will accompany to you there itself. And his brother also.
थैंक यू।
मैंने भी वही चीज़ बोल रहा था कि पापा जी बता रहे थे आइडियल कैरेक्टर्स कि भगवान राम भी जब उनको पता लगा कि और पिता को आर्गुमेंट नहीं किया उन्होंने कि अरे आपने क्यों ऐसे कि किसी स्त्री के बोलने पे मेरे को जंगल में भेज रहे हो, सारे प्रजा चाहती है कि मैं राजा बनूं, ऐसा कुछ नहीं सोचा। या माता सीता ने भी ऐसे कुछ नहीं सोचा या आपको ऑर्डर मिला आप जाओ, मैं यहीं रहता हूँ या अपने पिताजी के घर चला जाता हूँ, ऐसा कुछ नहीं बोला उन्होंने। आइडियल कैरेक्टर्स बन। और पापा जी एंड में लेक्चर में इस चीज़ को थोड़ा मेंशन कर रहे हैं कि एटलीस्ट अगर कुछ लोग अगर आइडियल डिवोटी बने तो पूरा समाज का स्थिति बदल सकता है।
थैंक यू।
हरे कृष्णा। प्रभुपाद जी का बहुत, जैसे प्रभु जी बता रहे बहुत सुंदर लेक्चर था आपका। तो बता रहे प्रभुपाद जी कि राम राज्य के समय में सभी लोग बड़े खुश रहते थे। सो एवरीबडी वाज प्रैक्टिकली हैप्पी। तो वेरी फ्यू कंप्लेंट्स वर देयर। बहुत कम कंप्लेंट्स रहती थी। हरे कृष्णा। तो राम राज्य में के समय में लोगों की बहुत कम कंप्लेंट रहती थी, तो लोग खुश रहते थे। तो अभी भगवान का हम विश्वास नहीं करते, भगवान की नहीं करते हैं अभी ना आराधना, तो इसलिए लोग बहुत दुखी रहते हैं संसार में, बहुत कष्ट में है बहुत। तो उसको ख़त्म करने का तरीका जैसे प्रभु जी भी बता रहे हैं कि थोड़े से लोग भी अगर प्रैक्टिस करेंगे तो बाकी लोगों को भी लाभ हो सकता है। हरे कृष्णा।
थैंक यू।
हरे कृष्ण। प्रभुपाद जी बड़े अच्छे से यहाँ पे प्रभुपाद जी ने भगवान रामचंद्र जी की लीलाओं को प्रकट किया। और प्रभुपाद जी बता रहे हैं कि हम कैसे शूद्र हैं। शूद्र मतलब वन हु लमेंट्स। एक नई मतलब डेफिनेशन हुई शूद्र, जो हमेशा अफसोस मनाता रहता है, पछताता रहता है, कंप्लेंट करता रहता है, ये नहीं हुआ वो नहीं हुआ। तो संस्कार से हम उससे ऊपर उठते हैं। तो प्रभुपाद जी का होल कृष्णा कॉन्शियसनेस मूवमेंट इज़ फॉर प्योरीफाइंग, फॉर अपलिफ्टिंग अस। तो और वो कैसे होगा, जैसे जब भी हम भगवान की लीलाओं को, नेम फॉर्म पास टाइम्स, तो सारे जो नाम रूप गुण लीला उनका संग करेंगे तो भगवान का संग करेंगे। और प्रभुपाद जी की बहुत कृपा है कि हमें पूरा कृष्णा कॉन्शियसनेस मूवमेंट दिया है हमें शूद्र से ब्राह्मण बनाने के लिए। ब्राह्मणा मीन्स वन हु टॉलरेट्स, उस प्रभुपाद जी बता रहे थे। तो हमें इस संघ का लाभ लेना चाहिए, प्रभुपाद जी के संघ का प्रभुपाद जी बता रहे हैं तो उसको सुनना चाहिए अच्छे। अच्छा लगा।
थैंक यू।
हरे कृष्ण। ये श्री प्रभुपाद जी ने जो एक पास्ट टाइम सुना था, इसमें ब्राह्मण थे, वो आते थे भगवान के दर्शन करने के बाद ही कुछ लेते थे, ग्रहण करते थे। वो बहुत टचिंग पास्ट टाइम था। उसमें दो चीज़ें जो मेरे को बहुत टच की। एक तो कि कितना, जो प्रभुपाद कह भी रहे थे, कितना प्रेम करती थी प्रजा इनसे, भगवान श्री राम से, और फिर भगवान कितना प्रेम करते थे, रेसिप्रोकेशन भगवान का जो वो देखने को मिलता है उस पास्ट टाइम में। दूसरा कि श्री प्रभुपाद बताया कि ये भगवान के विग्रह इक्ष्वाकु महाराज भी वर्शिप किया करते थे। तो रामायण में ऐसे कई सारे प्रसंग आते हैं जिसमें पहले से ये जो स्थापित हो जाता है कि भगवान राम जो है पूर्ण ये भगवान है, स्वयं भगवान है। तो ये इस पास्ट टाइम से एस्टैब्लिश है, श्री प्रभुपाद ने बताया।
यस, थैंक यू। जय जय प्रभुपाद, 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद। जय जय प्रभुपाद, 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद। जय सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान, सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान, लक्ष्मण हनुमान, सीताराम लक्ष्मण। जय सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान, सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान, सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान, सीताराम। जय सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान, सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान। प्रभुपाद, 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद। जय सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, समवेत भक्तवृंद की जय।